Hi, my name's Cassandra and welcome to Life in Yellowknife. This is Tobias, and today we're going to be talking to you about healthcare services in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, Canada. So I'm just going to talk about my personal experiences with certain healthcare, such as massage therapy, doctors, dentists, optometry. I've taken my kids to some appointments in those areas as well as myself. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'll just start with like a brief overview of healthcare in Canada because I know a lot of you are watching from outside of Canada. So basically how it works is we have a Canada-wide healthcare plan, but in the Northwest Territories, I'll just read you the definition I found. So the healthcare plan in the Northwest Territories, the provincial one, is that it provides services by certain healthcare professionals in hospital and clinics with no premiums. And most surgeries are covered. However, for a lot of things, we do need to go to a hospital in Edmonton, Alberta instead. I'll be talking more about the hospital specifically later on in the video. To qualify for the provincial healthcare, you need to be in the Northwest Territories for at least 6 months and also be a Canadian or a permanent resident here. If you're a resident of a different province, all you need to do is provide your healthcare card from that province and they will service you here as well. The first thing I'm going to talk about is doctors. So I have been to Frame Lake Community Clinic here. That's the only clinic I've been to. And I've seen 3 different doctors there and 1 nurse. And my experiences have been good. 2 of the doctors I really liked. The nurse was like exceptional. I saw her for multiple appointments. And all these appointments are for different things. So how it works is they book you a 15-minute appointment and you kind of have one topic to go over. So if you have more than one thing, you need to book more than one appointment. I found that out. I don't think it was quite like that in Ontario, but it might just be depending on the clinic, so don't quote me on that. So the dentist I see is actually right beside the medical clinic. It's called the Frame Lake Dental, I think. And I've only seen, my kids and I all saw the same hygienist, even though it was different appointments. So that was kind of funny. And she was very nice and professional and chatty and kind. And we shared some similarities. She came from Ontario as well. And then we actually all saw the same dentist as well. I'm just realizing now. And she was, again, really great. Like I felt like she really cared. In fact, in my kids' appointment, I ended up crying because she was like counting Alice's fillings. When Alice was young, she had to get almost a filling in like every one of her teeth. I swear we have the worst genetics. I'm the same. I have had to have a filling in like every one of my teeth. Anyway, so she had to go under and it was this big ordeal and I was so stressed. And yeah, at the time, she was just like recording the fillings, but she was saying like, okay, whatever the teeth are out loud. And so I just started to bawl because I thought it was cavities she was saying out loud. And so I'm like bawling and the dentist, and she's just like, what is going on? But she was so nice and comforting. She's like, oh, no. And she explained everything to me. And she remembered me when I came back and was like, again, very comforting because I'm sure she thought I was going to lose it about my own teeth. If she's like, oh, you're anyways. But no, she was very good and like explained everything and took the time. And I did not feel rushed in any way. In fact, it was very thorough and good. So I really liked the Frame Lake Dental. As far as optometry, my daughter has like an eye issue where she's had to see a specialist back where we're from in Ontario. I can't remember the name of it, so I'm not going to say it, but it's basically something wrong with the alignment in her eyes. Anyway, but there's only one optometrist here. It's not a specialized optometrist. I ended up seeing like, I don't know the exact word, but like someone that helps the optometrist basically. We ended up seeing her for all 3 of our appointments. All we did was do an eye exam and she identified whatever was wrong with my daughter's eyes. I can't remember what it's called. And, told me what's going to happen and whatever. It was standard, but you only have one option and it's a clinic in the hospital. And, oh yeah, so I didn't talk about costs so far. So the optometry was all free. Although it is covered on our benefits. It does, maybe if you need another appointment than what they offer. I'm pretty sure for adults, you can get one every 2 or 3 years. And then for the kids, it's every, again, 1 or 2 years. I can't remember exactly what the timeline is. So maybe if you need extra appointments, maybe that's why it's covered under our benefits. Now, my husband works at the hospital in case you're new here. So He works for the government of the Northwest Territories. That's where his benefits come from. The dentist, again, was free, which I was surprised at because it says on our benefits that it's 80% covered, but it was 100%. And it was cleaning every 6 months is covered, every 9 months with fluoride, I'm pretty sure was how it worked. And when I say free, someone got upset with me in the last video. I am aware that we pay for it in our taxes. We pay a certain amount of our taxes every year that go toward healthcare. So I know it's not free, but what I'm saying is with no premiums, I guess. Is that the right word? For the dentist, I did have to pay for our benefits from the hospital. I did have to pay deductible, and it was $50, I think, for the whole family. So that was great. Massage therapy I'm going to talk about next. And I got only one massage so far at Juniper Health. And the massage therapist is actually going back home to Alberta. So I won't even recommend her, although she was wonderful. Massage therapy is a little different here. I don't know if you guys know my background, but I was a massage therapist in Ontario. And in Canada, massage therapy is only regulated in 3 provinces, maybe 4 now. It's been a while since I've practiced. So Ontario, BC, and PEI are all regulated provinces, meaning they have to go to school for a certain amount of time to be licensed. And so you can count on a certain level of education, and they're considered healthcare professionals. Thank you, Tobias. So they're considered healthcare professionals there, whereas here, the girl was actually licensed through Alberta, which again is not regulated, and their education I think is much lower. So it's more of like a relaxation thing for me. Anyway, I just went for a massage. It was 90 minutes. It was great. And Juniper Health, it was a very professional building. They sold a few products in a part of it, and then it was actually quite large. I was in sort of a basement portion, but I know they have different services there, not just massage therapy. So it was like a wellness clinic more like, and it was just downtown. The next thing is public health. We have been to public health just for the children's immunizations, I think, because they're different here than Ontario. They get 3-year shots here, but there's a few different shots here. So we had to take Tobias to get his 3 years and also Alice to catch up on a few as well. So the only thing I can say about public health is that they seem to be very unorganized. I had to call multiple times for the same thing. For me to provide the immunization record, they told me I had to come in, and then they didn't follow up with me, so I called back. Someone was like, okay, someone will get back to you, and then they never did, so I had to follow up again, and it was just this big ordeal, and they did apologize, and every time I called, they were very polite, but they're very unorganized. So, and then the last thing is the hospital. So my husband works at the hospital, and I have never been, thankfully. We've never had to go for any kind of anything health related. The experiences that I have are just my husband working there. And just the only thing I would say is a lot of things you need to go to Edmonton for. So that's all covered again in your insurance. If you need to go to Edmonton, they'll pay for I'm pretty sure they'll pay for your food, your hotel, and flight, like covered under your insurance. And except for the kids, I'm pretty sure if, like, say I had a baby, it was premature, we don't have a NICU, so we'd have to go to Edmonton. And so I think I would be able to go and my husband would be able to go, but we'd have to pay for our children to fly. I'm pretty sure is how it works. Don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure. And they also give you an option if you would like to pay for things like if you need a private room. If you do need to go to Edmonton, then that is something you can choose to pay a premium for if you want to. I think I covered everything. Definitely let me know in the comments below if there's something I didn't cover or something that you did want to know about. Oh, I guess I'll tell you for massage therapy pricing, sorry. I had a 90-minute massage. It was $147. 80% is covered under our benefits. Up to $400 a year. Of course, immunizations are covered and just under the Northwest Territories healthcare plan. And anything you need at the hospital is covered as well, like emergency care and things like that. Like I said, most surgeries, unless they're like cosmetic surgeries or surgeries you're choosing to have, are all covered under the healthcare plan as well. So I hope that I've answered your questions in regard to this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned something today, and I will see you guys in the next video.